Hey guys, it's John from Marco Learning. In this video, I'm going to show you the secrets to writing a great Common App essay. I'm going to move paragraph by paragraph from the intro through the body paragraphs to the conclusion on how to improve your writing and really stand out. I've been helping students write Common App essays for almost 20 years, and my students tell me they don't like writing about themselves. They don't like answering the questions that they're given. They don't like having to fit it all into 650 words. So one of the most important things you can do is just acknowledge how difficult this is, and remember, most people have to write an essay and revise it multiple times to get to a really great final draft. Now, I'm going to be working from this document. It's called Guide to the College Essay. This is available on our website for free. We'll put the link in the description. And this document walks you through every single part of the college essay and how to improve, but I'm going to focus on this part here. This is an introductory paragraph. You'll see that we give you an original and then we revise it for you. And I want to walk you through how we set this up. So let's say this is the prompt. Prompt number 1 from the Common App set. This is for the 2020-2021 school year. It says, some students have a background, identity, interest, or talent so meaningful they believe their application would be incomplete without it. If this sounds like you, please share your story. So the prompt is telling you to share a story. Let's see what the student originally wrote and how we helped her improve on this. So the student originally wrote, "My name is Sarah Saracen, and my high school journey has been one complicated ride. High school has provided me with many challenges and new experiences that I wouldn't have been able to experience if it weren't for the amazing drill team that I made my freshman year. I am a sergeant on the team, and I am proud to have experienced my high school adventures while being on this team." That is not helping me, actually, very much. I learned that this person's name is Sarah, which I already knew from her application. High school's been a journey and complicated, which it is for most people. High school's provided her with many challenges, also true of everyone in high school. New experiences, also true of everyone. And then we see that she's on the drill team, which is something I knew from her activities list. So I'm now almost at the end of this introductory paragraph, and I've learned 0 new things about this student. It says, I'm a sergeant on the team. I also have seen this on her activities list. I'm proud to have experienced my high school adventures while being on this team. This is a shocking paragraph. It's very typical. College admissions officers see this all the time, but it's shocking because it contains 0 new content. So when you look at your own writing, take a look at the introductory paragraph you've written on your own Common App essay and ask yourself, what will the reader learn about me that reader won't know from every other part of my application? So if it references what school you went to, what activities you were in, or your name, it's not helping. So when you have a paragraph that's this thin and empty, the best thing you can do is to throw it away and start over. So let's focus on this person on the drill team and being a sergeant and how this was a transformative experience. And let's think about a specific story that Sarah can tell that no one else can tell. And this is what we came up with when we revised it. As my alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. for the 5th day in a row, there's nothing that I want to do more than hit the snooze button, roll over, and sleep for 3 more hours like most of my classmates. So actually already at the end of the first sentence, this is more interesting. I'm being invited into Sarah's private life, this moment of getting up at 4:30. And I'm also seeing that this is something that hogs up Sarah's mornings every single day. I didn't know that about the drill team, right? I was not on the drill team in high school. I'm not exactly sure what a drill team is. Now I know it takes a major commitment every day, and that there were times that Sarah didn't want to do this activity. In one sentence, I've got a much more vivid picture, tells me something way beyond what I've got in the application, and I'm intrigued. I want to keep reading. That's what a great introduction does. Remember, college admissions officers have a lot of papers in front of them, a lot of digital PDFs, your transcript, letters of recommendation, your SAT or ACT scores if they're required, activities lists, all sorts of things. They don't have very much time to really spend reading over your essay, spending as much time as you spent on it, so you really want to grab their attention. This is much more engaging. But I know that it's a fleeting feeling, one that I have battled for 2 years since I first became a member of my school's dance team. Once I get to our studio, say hello to my closest friends, warm up my stiff body, and let the soft music take over, I will be happy that I did not hit the snooze button. because that decision to be part of something bigger than myself, to dedicate hours of time to a craft, to love something so deeply that sacrifice is necessary, has shaped me into who I am today. So I personally wouldn't have written it this way. You know, it's a little bit grandiose at the end, has shaped me into who I am today, but this is much more specific. Sarah is telling me about what she's passionate about, what she's committed her time to. She's letting me into her thoughts and her values. I've learned a lot more about Sarah rather than the first paragraph. Again, you can look at this and it just has almost nothing in it. So when you want to write a great introduction to your Common App essay, this is one of the secrets to a great Common App essay, make sure you hook the reader with something engaging, make sure you're telling a story that only you can tell, and make sure you're not just repeating stuff I already know about. That's wasted space. When you only have 650 words, you really want to get the most out of those 650 words. So you're over the introduction. You've got a nice, catchy introduction. How do you develop your essay? And here's where a lot of my students make a huge mistake. A lot of my students want a 5-paragraph essay, a thesis statement with 3 parts, A, B, and C. Each of the paragraphs, surprise, surprise, is about A, B, and C, and then there's an in conclusion that wraps it all up. Again, you only have 650 words, so you can write a 2-paragraph essay or a 3-paragraph essay. You can break down the form of your standard template of an essay, your standard 5-paragraph essay, and make something that really sings. As you do, don't overcomplicate the story. This is a huge mistake people make, where they start telling me 11 different things about themselves, but I don't barely know you. I really only had that little paragraph of you and the dance team. Take your time and tell me 1 or 2 stories at the most that reveal your identity. Let's take a look at this one. It's prompt number 2. The lessons we take from obstacles we encounter can be fundamental to later success. Recount a time when you faced a challenge, setback, or failure. How did it affect you, and what did you learn from the experience? On the first day of basketball tryouts, I could tell that I was in trouble. The other players were bigger, faster, and stronger than I was. By day 3, I could see the writing on the wall. I knew that I was going to be cut. And I was called into the coach's office. I braced myself for the bad news, and even though the news was bad, there was a bright spot. The coach could see that I loved basketball, so he invited me to become a manager. I would still be part of the team. Well, that's a nice story, actually. This has a really good, simple, clear vibe of storytelling, but I'm wondering if I can improve this in any way, if I can take the story and make it really stand out. Remember when you're writing about sports to be careful that the moral of your story isn't about teamwork. The moral of the story isn't about overcoming all the odds and remember the Titans or whatever. That movie we've all seen 11 times. Don't make that the plot of your college essay. That's another huge mistake people make. Again, the secret to writing a great Common App essay is putting in the work, getting over that barrier of worrying about writing about yourself, and most importantly, telling the story that only you can tell. So let's take this paragraph and really improve it by adding in more details, more personal connections and information that expose who you really are. So let's take a look at how we revise this. On the first day of basketball tryouts, I could tell that I was in trouble. As I stood along the baseline of the court, I was among giants. Their hands were bigger than mine, their legs longer than mine, and most importantly, their confidence was greater than mine. I quickly identified the leader of the court, and wouldn't you know it, we played the same position. He was everything that I was not. Smooth with his passes, quick with his shot, aggressive on defense, and vocal with his teammates. To put it mildly, I was a little intimidated, but I knew that I might have one asset that my competition did not. I had made my dad a promise before he left for his latest military tour. I would make the team. I had to follow through on this promise. He had followed through on so many of his, and despite my doubts and my fears, I knew that I would return the next day. This is so much more interesting, isn't it? I've learned about this person, his father. I've learned about the experience and the anxieties and intimidation this person faced. I learned about other people in his world. This has really opened up a whole almost movie scene, but not a movie scene from the Remember the Titans or something I've seen before, but something that's really interesting. I want to know more about this relationship that the student has with his father, more about these feelings that he overcame. And so that's something you're looking for, is as you develop your story, add in the images and details that make sense. I've seen a lot of people who just keep adding more and more images in, extended metaphors and long lists of adjectives. That overwhelms your essay. Well, another secret to writing a great Common App essay is to make every word count. There's 650 words, make them all count. and make them expose something about you as a person, rather than just what other people are like or general kind of feelings. Now let's talk about your conclusion. The conclusion could be the most important part of your essay because it's the final impression you're going to leave on the reader. It's going to really bring together all the themes of your essay. It's better to have a good conclusion that really sums up your ideas than develop all these body paragraphs in the middle. Remember, 650 words is about 2 pages double spaced. So let's take a look at this. It says prompt 6. Describe a topic, idea, or concept you find so engaging it makes you lose all track of time. Why does it captivate you? What or who do you turn to when you want to learn more? So what makes you lose track of time? Where does your imagination run wild? Let's see how this person ended their essay. Although many older people may believe that TikTok is a waste of time, it has allowed me to learn new things and connect with my friends. This interest in learning new things will carry on to my college education, making me a stronger student. This makes me cry inside a little bit, right? Why did this person pick TikTok as the theme for their college essay? Why this stumpy little conclusion that tells me nothing about the person that other people couldn't say? And one thing I just want to warn you about, guys, is stay away from what you've learned. When you say, or how you're curious, right? All of us are curious to some degree or another. I'm not really learning something fresh and new about you as a person. When you fall back on lines like, this interest in learning new things will carry on in my college education, making me a stronger student. I feel like you could Google that and 1,000 other people could write it and probably have. So pick something that you can talk about that really tells something meaningful about you. So let's take a look at how we revised this and improved it. As I pursue my study of environmental science, I will gain a better understanding of our waste habits around the world and work tirelessly to improve our practices that are harmful. What started out as a mindless venture down the rabbit hole has changed my future. My passion for improving our environment was once just a passion, but now, because of the strategies that I learned on TikTok, my passion is actionable, and I have a platform on which to share those actions. Teaching others how to live a life of zero waste empowers me and my audience, and when my parents ask if I am TikToking again, I'm able to remind them that yes, while I am on TikTok again, I am educating myself so that I can educate others and make a difference on my college campus and maybe, just maybe, the world. Well, that's just about the best essay I've ever read about TikTok, right? This is a person talking about their passion for environmental science and how learning from TikTok and then creating content on TikTok has helped educate people. Now I want to go follow this person's TikTok account. Now I want to learn more about this world that this person's in. That's what a great college essay does. The secret to a great college essay on the Common App or any other platform you're applying to is to tell me a story so interesting that I want to know more. So when you say, my name is Sarah and I've done lots of activities and I want to do those activities in college, I don't want to know more about you. But when you tell me about the passion you have getting up every day at 4:30, I'm interested. You didn't make the sports team? Don't really care. You tell me about how that connects to you and your father, now I'm more interested. You're addicted to TikTok, so is everyone else. When you tell me how you use TikTok to both learn from it and contribute to making a better world, I want to know more. I want to follow your TikTok. So with your essay, make sure you tell me something meaningful about you. Tell it well. Take your time. Guys, a lot of people are going to be revising their essays 2, 3, 4, 10 times. That's perfectly normal. When you're writing a Common App essay, if you start early, really open up about yourself in an authentic way and invest the time in making a great essay, your application will really stand out.